Feel that front wheel spinning out just a bit. Yes, feel that power. Wow, we got some power, guys. We're accelerating up this hill. 31, 34, all right, we're flattening out. Holding 34. Ah, the power cut out. Maybe it overheated or something. But yeah, the power was reduced all of a sudden. What is happening right now? I gotta use my foot. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're on a scooter. Yes, the first scooter review for this channel. The scooter that we're taking a look at today is the cruiserpro Cruiser Pro. This is a dual motor, dual suspension scooter. It's got a lot of power, great suspension, nice knobby tires. What we're gonna do is take a look at the specs and components, and then we're gonna take it out for a test ride. Prices of these scooters are always fluctuating based on whatever sale might be going on, so to get the most up-to-date price, check the link in the description below, and I might even have a coupon code down there as well that'll save you guys a couple bucks. Starting at the top, we have round rubberized handlebar grips, hydraulic disc brake levers. The left is the rear brake, the right is the front brake. And on the right is a trigger style throttle, which has a lot of travel. That's gonna give you a lot of control as to how much power is gonna go to the front wheel or the back wheel or both wheels. So I appreciate that you're able to get a lot of control from this style of throttle. On the left is our control panel. At the top, you get a dedicated light button. Here's what the headlight looks like. Seems like two very bright looking LEDs with what looks to be some type of a metal shroud on the outside. Here's what the rear light looks like, and when you do hit the brakes, it does flash. Very good safety feature. And these lights on the side do light up as well when you turn on the lights. Now we also have turn signals, and when you switch the left turn signal on, there is an audible sound and a left arrow that is blinking. And here's what the turn signal looks like, and this is when the lights are on, it will light up just like this. When we turn it off, it goes back to solid. No turn signals up front. And for additional lights, we have these forward aiming blue LEDs. And this scooter also has some bonus lights on the side. If you look right here, let me show you how to turn those on. While the scooter is on, just press the power button once, and now those lights are on. Check that out. Look at them go. Seems like these lights are some type of a randomized pattern where they'll just switch from one style of lighting, from one color to another. And to turn them off, you just press the power button once, and no more lights. And if you did want to access the advanced settings on this display, simply hold down the M button, and that'll get you to your P settings. P1 is your 0 start setting. P2 is cruise control. P3 is your start strength setting. You can bring that all the way down to 1 or all the way up to 5 for the strongest setting. P5 is mile an hour or kilometers an hour. Cable management looks pretty good. You can clean this up a little bit more if you had some zip ties. This scooter does have a telescopic stem, so if you unlatch this, so you can adjust this up or down to perfectly match your rider height. Over here is the latch for when you fold down the entire stem. Let's take a look at how to use that. So this scooter has this knob right here that is screwed tight. That secures this whole stem to make sure it doesn't move at all. First, you're gonna go ahead and unscrew it, and now it's unlocked. Then there's a knob back here, you just pull. And then once you pull that out, you can fold this entire thing down and just latch the hook in place. And now I can lift the entire scooter up using this stem. To undo it, simply unlatch, bring the stem back up. It's gonna latch in place initially using this part right here. Make sure the stem is in its fully upright position and just screw this back in and you are good to go. The deck of this scooter comes with a nice grippy rubberized surface. With this metal tail area, you can put your back heel right here and get a nice athletic stance while riding the scooter. And the deck width is just about 9 inches. You also get some reflectors up front and in the rear. For fenders, you get front and rear plastic fenders. Nice beefy metal kickstand on the side. And here are the dual piston semi-log brake calipers with 140mm rotors. Same exact setup in the back. For tires, we get 11-inch tubed off-road style chunky knobby tires, and the scooter does have dual suspension, and it looks like the suspension is adjustable in the front. Same thing in the back. Plenty of suspension travel in the front. Same thing in the back. This scooter is advertised to have a front 1200 watt motor. Same thing in the back. At the bottom, you have an advertised 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery. In the box, you also get this toolkit and the storage bag, which inside you get an extra tire tube, your passively cooled 2 amp charger, and the user's manual. And that single charger does plug in to one of these ports, but if you have 2 chargers, you can get double the charging time. So if you wanted to, you can get even faster charging on this battery. And this battery is advertised to be 2272 certified and IPX4 waterproof. The length of the scooter is just about 53 inches long. And the weight of the scooter is just about 88.5 pounds. Alright guys, we are out for our test ride of the cruiserpro Cruiser Pro. We're gonna start with a 0 to 20 test, and we're also gonna add in a bonus 0 to 30 test, starting at our usual spot. We're gonna do this with the highest level, turbo mode, single motor, and dual motor. We are gonna use our draggy to make sure we get the most accurate time. We are on a full fresh charge. I'm gonna do my best to let the motor do all the work and then quickly get my foot onto the platform, because I don't wanna have my foot push the scooter and that throw off the time. Here we go, single motor, turbo mode, 0 to 20 and 0 to 30. 3, 2, 1, go. That's 20, 10.18 seconds. And we are not gonna get to 30 at the end of this straightaway. Let's try out the dual motor. 0 to 20 and maybe 0 to 30 speed. Let's reset. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, feel that power. 20. All right, we got our 20, we got our 30. Wow, so we got to 30 miles an hour in 10.22 seconds. That's about as fast as it took to get to 20 in single motor mode. So 0 to 20 is 4.48 seconds. 0 to 30 is 10.2 seconds. That's awesome. So we're gonna do our long hill climb test now. Mode 3, dual motor. I think this scooter is going to fly up this hill. Here we go, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Feel that front wheel spinning out just a bit. All right. Guys, look at this, we're already at 20. Oh yeah. Good power on this. Nice. We are cruising 25, and that's time. All right. Let's switch it to single motor. Let's see what the free spinning wheel top speed is. Looks like on here it says 31 miles an hour. Interesting. By the way, guys, I did just realize that I keep saying bike instead of scooter. So if at times you hear me dub in the word scooter somewhere during my review ride, that's why. I'm so used to reviewing e-bikes, but I really want to give these scooters a chance. They are very, very interesting for many reasons. We'll talk about that throughout today's video. By the way, I am recording in a wider field of view camera angle because the display is pretty far down compared to where my head is. Just the nature of a scooter. So that way you guys can see the speedometer and what's in front of me. Moving on to our steep hill climb test. Let's see how this dual motor scooter does. Stopping at the line. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so far so good. Wow, we got some power, guys. We're accelerating up this hill. Look at this, 15 miles an hour. Showing us 20 on the display, that's kind of weird. 16, yeah, the display is definitely off. And I know you guys can't tell because it's kind of dim, but the display is actually about 5 miles an hour or so off compared to GPS speed. The display does seem a little bit on the dimmer side. I wish it were a little brighter. So I was tinkering with the settings and I think I accidentally turned the cruise control on. Let's go ahead and turn it off. I found a little guide right here online as to what the P settings are. Hold the M button. So P2 is cruise control. Let's turn that off. And here's where we're gonna do our brake test. We're gonna get up to 20 miles an hour and then use these lines to measure how much space it takes to stop from 20 miles an hour. And something that you e-bike fans probably aren't going to realize if you haven't tried these scooters yet is that when you do aggressive braking, you have to lean backwards.
for two reasons. Number one, either you're just gonna fall forwards, because after all you are standing, but number two, you have to shift weight on the back wheel, otherwise it's gonna lock up. A little bit different than an e-bike. Definitely takes a lot more athleticism to ride a scooter than an e-bike. Ready, brake. Wow. No! I am used to e-bikes and doing this test, and I think we were just around 20 miles an hour. For e-bikes, I'm usually happy if we stop in two spots. This scooter stopped in one spot. And I'm sure if I practiced even more, really leaning back, shifting weight back onto the rear wheel, I could get this to stop even sooner. So the braking performance on this scooter is impressive. I'm actually impressed. And again, this is the first stand-up scooter I've ever tried, but thus far, braking looks great. This scooter has hydraulic brakes with 140 millimeter rotors front and back. For something this light and for wheels that small, that's a lot of stopping power. So something that I wanted to mention to you guys about scooters in general is that they look very, how should I say, acceptable on the sidewalk. It's a scooter. Most people think it's a toy, really, but this is a pretty good powered scooter. So riding on the sidewalk on a scooter, I would feel like it's probably more acceptable than even a bicycle. And one of the reasons I'm on the sidewalk is because we are currently on the way to our secondary top speed testing site, but this portion of sidewalk is just god-awful in terms of how it's maintained, or lack thereof. And I do want to just test out the suspension on the scooter because the suspension is very good. In fact, it's so good, I would say it's softer than a hardtail fat tire e-bike. I'm not gonna lie. The tires in this thing are big, chunky, beefy tires, very knobby. We're now entering the sidewalk of doom, where it is pretty bumpy terrain. If you wanted to go off-roading on this scooter, I normally would not recommend it, but for this one, it's actually doing surprisingly well. I'm actually impressed. And a lot of how you feel bumps on the scooter is gonna be dependent on how you stand on it. You wanna be standing with, your knees bent in a nice athletic stance. So everyone's experience is gonna be different. It's very different than just putting your butt on a bicycle seat. All right, we are at our secondary top speed testing site. This street goes downhill for a bit and then flattens out. Let's see how fast this scooter can go. I've seen some other reviewers get this thing to about 35 miles an hour. All right, here we go. Top speed test. Oh yeah, 31, 34. All right, we're flattening out. Holding 34. All right, 33. Nice. So we got about 34 to 33 miles an hour going one way. Let's see what we get going the other way. Here we go. 31, 32, 33. Yeah, it's showing us 38 on the speedometer. That is way off. 33 going this way, and we're going uphill a little bit now. Okay, so I think it's safe to say your top speed on this bike will be just around 33 miles an hour. So now that all our tests are out of the way, let's keep talking about this scooter and how it feels and all its features and scooters in general, because one of the reasons I accepted reviewing the scooter, again, this being my first stand-up scooter review and all, is because there are many e-bike laws coming out. Notice how I said e-bike. Very few places are treating these scooters the same way they are Surons and very high-powered motorcycle-looking e-bikes. And on top of that, scooters are cheap power. In general, to go, let's say 40 miles an hour, you're going to spend much less money on a scooter than an e-bike. Obviously, there are trade-offs for both tools, but there's something for everyone. For example, this scooter, you can fold up and store vertically in a closet easily. It's obviously much lighter than the equivalent power e-bike as well. But check this out. I can go on the sidewalk, and I guarantee you, people care probably less about this being on the sidewalk than an actual bicycle. I think in people's minds, like I said, they view these as toys, really. So this being on a sidewalk, I think is probably the most acceptable electric micro-mobility tool out there. Right now I'm on dual motor mode assist 1, and we're getting plenty of torque because of all that power and because the wheels are small, they have that leverage to just really climb anything. So this scooter will not make you feel like you're slow or stuck in any way. Level 2, yeah, you can just power through even more, accelerating up this hill, easy. And level 3 acceleration, it's pretty intense, especially from a standstill. I hear that front wheel wanting to lose grip. Watch this. It's pretty intense. However, you can make it a lot more manageable by just bringing the assist level down. So right now we're on dual motor mode, eco mode though, so that's assist level 1. Press the throttle. Easy, easy start. Very, very manageable. Level 2, still very manageable. Very, very good. Level 3 is where things get a little bit crazy. You gotta watch out. And you can make it even more manageable. In the P settings, I can switch it so that this scooter has to get moving and then it gives you power. So let's see how that feels. So right now, look at that. I'm not getting any power at all. See that? Nothing. But once I get moving, then I get power. And that is an even safer method to use these scooters. So I like that it has that function. The brakes on this scooter feel wonderful. They almost purr when you use them. I like that sound. The platform on this scooter feels stable with that tail. I got my heel on that tail end. Nice athletic stance. Feel like I could just easily zip around on this thing. Nice. Oh, the suspension, so good. So nice, so much travel. You do hear the tires on the scooter. They are thick, chunky tires. Good for off-roading. Paired with that suspension, the nice wide platform, and if you have a good athletic position, you can off-road this thing easy. The throttle on this scooter is on the right-hand side. It is a trigger-style throttle, and it is right below the front brake. So realistically, in order to use the brake, you have to let go of the throttle. At first, when putting this scooter together, I didn't really like it, but I understand now why they did that. There's very little chance of you holding the throttle while braking at the same time. But regardless, the throttle is cut when you're using the brakes. You guys don't like scooters? You always chase me when I'm on an e-bike. Yeah, I know. Maybe you're just tired today. These dogs are always chasing me when I'm out. Oh, there we go. Nah, they're going. Maybe they're just a little tired. Dropping off a curb. Oh man, suspension is unreal. What if we just go right on this curb right here? Wow, that's impressive. Big wheels on a scooter, game changer, guys. And the wheels in this thing are big. I think they're about 11 inches. That plus the tires, you're gonna be able to roll over a lot of different obstacles. I like that the scooter has a horn. It does have turn signals with an audible indicator. I do appreciate that, although I don't know just how visible those are gonna be during the day. Maybe that's more of a nighttime kind of thing. See, right now I set it so I have no power when I'm at a standstill. I kind of like that. So you got to push off and then you get power. That way you're not going to whiskey throttle this thing and it's going to go flying out either from underneath you or just flying into someone else. So everything on this scooter is very, very adjustable. Is that you, Mike? Oh man, what a small world. How's it going?
He was just telling me, he's like, yeah, this guy does bike reviews. I'm like, yeah, that's Alex.
Oh. Small world. Sorry if I'm interrupting your business. Hey, puppy.
I got some canola oil. He was going to throw it all over the road when you went around the corner.
Bruh. Funny, you're a funny guy.
That would have been a good test. This is my first scooter review, too. Normally, I'm on a bike.
Yeah, I heard you talking. You're like, oh, this scooter actually, you said this bike can get up to, and then I was like, no! Wait a minute, you're on a scooter.
Oh, damn, I said bike?
Well, dude, you've recorded here a lot.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, you probably see me all the time around here.
Breaking the speed limit, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I said.
My speedometer says 25. So this is actually my secondary top speed testing site, and I just do this on occasion, and then I'm pretty chill on the roads. Hopefully I never have any dents.
That thing looks pretty badass, huh?
It's insane, dude. These scooters, this I went 33 on it.
Can it go up hills pretty good?
Oh yeah, really good. You want to give it a whirl?
Not right now.
Oh, it's got a lot of suspension. Yeah, it's soft. You could just throw it off a curb and it feels very comfortable. Do you watch my channel also, or you just watch me breaking the speed limits around here? You guys are gonna come out with pitchforks one of these days. By the way, that was my buddy that I just ran into randomly. I'm always running into people I know. He told me he was listening to me narrate the top speed test in this bike, and apparently I Now, see that I just said bike again. Apparently I keep saying bike instead of scooter, so if I dub the word scooter in somewhere, that's why. So used to saying bike. Check this out, guys. We have the app currently installed. Let's say you wanted to park this thing somewhere, right? Someone could easily take this and move it, but if I lock it, it's locked. Now the motors have stopped this thing from rolling, and of course someone could just lift it up and walk away with it, but at least this has some level of security. It's kind of nice. Quick controls, again, you can change the start mode 0 to non-zero, turn the headlight on or off. Nice. Cruise control. I'm not a cruise control kind of guy, but you got the option. Being on these scooters, you do feel the speed more than on an e-bike. On an e-bike, for me, 20 miles an hour is pretty slow. For this, 20 miles an hour is actually pretty solid. Let's do another hill climb test. I want to show you guys just how much power these scooters have, how much torque. We're gonna do a long and somewhat steep hill climb test on mode 3 dual motor. Let's see how the scooter does. All right, so here we are, level 3 dual motor. Look at this, 19, 20, 21. Now we're really hitting this hill. Now it's getting a little steeper. Bumps feel fine, holding 22, 21 miles an hour. To get an e-bike that's powerful enough to do this will cost you more than this scooter, for sure. Ah, the power cut out. Maybe it overheated or something. But yeah, the power was reduced all of a sudden. Interesting. So maybe there's some kind of built-in mechanism to stop these motors from overheating. Yeah, there's no alert that's showing me it's overheating. That's interesting. All right, our battery bar was dipping down as well under acceleration. So maybe the scooter is experiencing some voltage sag. That is an indicator that the battery is getting pushed hard. Test the brakes on this scooter. They work well. They are purring. Very nice. Yeah, downhill speed, of course we can fly, but we're not gonna get any more power than what those motors can put out at full speed, which by the look of it is about 33 miles an hour. That's what we got for our top speed. Let's try that again. The battery on the display is showing me 47 volts. All right, looks like I've got about 13.5 miles on it so far. Yeah, the battery is showing us 60%. So we're on dual motor. Let's bring it back to turbo mode. And let's see how we do up this hill, because I did feel the power cut off, and I don't know if that's because of battery sag or overheating. Or maybe it's just because at a lower voltage, we won't get full power. Like, look at this. I'm on dual motor mode, level 3, showing us 47 volts, and I am not getting full power at all. In fact, it's very weak. What if we turn it off, turn it back on? And, oh, there we go. Power cut off again. It was on at full blast for a moment, and then it cut me off. So I don't know if that's overheating or just because when you get to a lower voltage, it'll just limit your power due to voltage sag or something in the computer is saying, hey, don't push this battery too much. I don't know. Let's try that again. It's probably not overheating because I haven't been riding this thing all that quick since the power has really been cutting off. Let's turn it off, turn it back on. All right, dual motor, level 3. So it's gonna give me full power right now and then immediately hold back. At least that's my prediction. There we go. Full power. All right, we're getting full power now. There it is. Then it cut me off. I felt it stop accelerating, and obviously you guys saw that that's at about 25 miles an hour where it stopped instead of 33 where we got up to last time. I think that has to do with the battery voltage. I will check with customer service. I'll leave a note on the screen as to what could be going on. But yeah, right now this scooter feels totally different than what it did before. We're not getting nearly as much power as before on full assist dual motor. No indicator on the display as to why, nothing in the app either. This is practically limp mode right now. I don't even know if we're gonna make it up this hill. What is going on? You guys see this? We are crawling. What is happening right now? I'm barely able to stand upright. Yeah, battery is showing us 46 volts, 3 miles an hour going up this hill on the scooter. I don't know, guys. All right, so we've let the scooter pretty much rest for a few minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Let's try that one more time. Dual motor, level 3. Here we go. Full power, and then it cut me off. Very strange. Yeah, so right now, struggling to get up this hill. I gotta use my foot. So if this is a battery thing, and if you're riding around on dual motor mode, like I was, if it goes into limp mode because of a battery issue where the battery voltage goes down too far, I don't even know if I would count this as usable range. Maybe if you're just on flat ground like this, you can go 20 miles an hour, but that's not why you buy this kind of scooter. You buy it for the power. So I don't know, maybe the range on this thing is 15 miles or so. It's about what we got. And by the way, I am 200 pounds. It's about 70 degrees outside. Yeah, we're going so slow. We pretty much have to go on the sidewalk. Otherwise, we'd be way too slow on the side of the road. Back on the sidewalk. Nice, soft, comfortable, squishy ride. Very nice. Dropping off that curb. Felt like butter. God, I love the suspension on this thing. It's so confidence inspiring. You wouldn't think a scooter could be good at off-roading, but this one definitely has the potential to be an excellent off-roader. These scooters are interesting. For a short ride, these things would be awesome. You know, if I'm gonna be going 30, 40, 50 miles, you obviously wanna be seated somewhere. I'm not sure if this scooter has an optional seat or not, but standing for a short ride, maybe up to 10 miles, no problem doing it with a scooter. Let's do a little bit of off-roading. Look at this. Nice. Bumpy gravel road, and doing tight little turns like this. Much more manageable on a scooter than an e-bike. Yeah, off-roading feels really, really good, guys. The suspension is amazing. I am really liking this a lot, this scooter experience, especially with this one. The long travel shocks and these tires. Grip on this gravel, very, very good. These bumps are really nothing to this scooter. This is awesome. Tight little turn. And I can modulate the throttle very good with this trigger throttle. Going down. Easy. Such a soft ride. You could off-road on this thing all day. This is nice. So that is it for today's video, folks. Let me know what you think about the Cruiser Cruiser Pro. Is this a scooter you would buy? Why or why not? Leave a comment below. Again, I will leave this scooter linked in the description below. Prices are always changing based on whatever sale is going on. So to get the most up-to-date price, check the link in the description below. I might even have a discount code down there as well that could save you guys a couple bucks. And for my e-bike crew out there who is watching this video, what do you guys think about this scooter? What do you guys think about these high-powered dual motor scooters in general? Something you would get? Why or why not? Let me know in the comments below. I think if you're looking for a specific job, this might be the right tool. For example, if you need something very small to store away, maybe in an RV, maybe in a car, but something high powered as well, this might be a great option. And the suspension on this thing, I really can't get over how good it is. This is awesome. That is it for today's video, folks. Until next time.